Saudi Arabia is in active talks with Beijing to price some of its oil sales to China in yuan. People familiar with the matter said a move that would dent the US dollar's dominance of the global petroleum market and mark another shift by the world's top crude exporter towards Asia. The talks with China over yuan-priced oil contracts have been off and on for 6 years, but have accelerated this year as the Saudis have grown increasingly unhappy with increased old US security commitments to defend the kingdom, the people said. The Saudis are angry over the US's lack of support for their intervention in the Yemen civil war and over the Biden administration's attempt to strike a deal with Iran over its nuclear program. Saudi officials have said they were shocked by the precipitous US withdrawal from Afghanistan last year. China buys more than 25% of the oil that Saudi Arabia exports. If priced in yuan, those sales would boost the standing of China's currency. The Saudis are also considering including yuan-denominated futures contracts, known as petro-yuan, in the pricing model of Saudi Arabian Oil Co., known as Aramco. It would be a profound shift for Saudi Arabia to price even some of its roughly 6.2 million barrels a day of crude exports in anything other than dollars. The majority of global oil sales, around 80%, are done in dollars, and the Saudis have traded oil exclusively in dollars since 1974, in a deal with the Nixon's administration that included security guarantees for the kingdom. China introduced yuan-priced oil contracts in 2018 as part of its efforts to make its currency tradable across the world, but they haven't made a dent in the dollar's dominance on the oil market. For China, using dollars has become a hazard, highlighted by US sanctions on Iran over its nuclear program and on Russia in response to the Ukraine invasion. China has stepped up its courtship of the Saudi kingdom. In recent years, China has helped Saudi Arabia build its own ballistic missiles, consulted on nuclear program, and began investing in Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman pet projects, such as Neom, a futuristic new city. Saudi Arabia has invited Chinese President Xi Jinping to visit later this year. Meanwhile, the Saudi relationship with the US has deteriorated under President Biden, who said in 2020 campaign that the kingdom should be a pariah for killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi in 2018. Prince Mohammed, who US intelligence authorities say ordered Mr. Khashoggi killing, refused to sit on a call between Mr. Biden and Saudi ruler King Salman last month. It also comes as the US economic relationships with the Saudis is diminishing. The US is now among the top oil producers in the world. It once imported 2 million barrels of Saudi crude a day in the early 1990s, but those numbers have fallen to less than 500,000 barrels a day in December 2021, according to the US Energy Information Administration. By contrast, China's oil imports have swelled over the last 3 decades, in line with its expanding economy. Saudi Arabia was China's top crude oil exporter in 2021, selling at 1.76 million barrels a day, followed by Russia at 1.6 million barrels a day, according to data from China's General Administration of Customs. The dynamics have changed dramatically. The US relationships with the Saudis has changed. China is the world's biggest crude importer, and they are offering many lucrative incentives to the kingdom, said a Saudi familiar with the talks. China has been offering everything you could possibly imagine to the kingdom, the official said. A senior US official called the idea of the Saudis selling oil to China in yuan highly volatile and aggressive, and not very likely. The official said that the Saudis have thwarted the idea in the past when there were tensions between Washington and Riyadh. It is possible the Saudis could back off, switching millions of barrels of oil trades from dollars to yuan every day could rattle the Saudi economy, which has a currency, the rial, pegged to the dollar. Prince Mohammad's aides have been warning him of unpredictable economic damage if he moves ahead with the plan hastily.